Hello, this is Magik8Baul with my video review of the new My Little Pony Collector's Edition of Monopoly. You can see the box is empty. I did empty it, so I can, because you've seen unboxing videos, I assume. So the first thing you'll see in the heart in the box is the figures included. So there are 6, like most of the collector's or licensed editions. So you got your Twilight and your Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy. I had no particular order to these. I just put them, Unicorn, Earth, Pegasus. And we'll get more detail with the figurines, and I'll compare them to some of the other ones in the miniature scale. Alright, so we'll do that right now. Alright, so we'll start with the Twilight Sparkle. The one on the left is the one from the game. The center one is from the My Busy books, which came out a few months ago. And on the right is the one from, like, the blind bag sets. So as you can see, she's a little bit smaller, but I think the colors are actually the most show accurate that we've seen in this scale. And all the ponies are pretty much, they have more of a dull sheen to them than like the blind bag ones, which are pretty shiny. I think mine's eyes are a little off kilter, but I hope it's not running change, I guess. And then up next we got Applejack. She still has the 2 pigtails as opposed to 1 braid. And then the center one is the My Busy book, and the right is the blind bag we've seen for years and years and years. So she looks pretty good alone from not having a hat and still having pigtails. There is a little bit of shiny on her. The reds that they use to paint it are much more glossy than the paints they use for the rest of the mane and the body. Alright, then up next we have Rainbow Dash. She's pretty close to her My Busy book one. She's just a little smaller. And if you can see, the center one is the My Busy book one with the messed up cutie mark. And then the bucking Rainbow Dash from the blind bag series. So overall, and I'll show you on her hair, you can actually see the red's a lot shinier than the rest of her paint job, which is good overall. None of these have double-sided cutie marks, which is unfortunate but standard. Alright, then now we have the Rarity miniature. The center one is, of course, the My Busy book one. Mine, with where they put the eyes, it kind of looks like the one from the Dot movie series, which I find hilarious. And her cutie mark is on the other side, on the center one, but her hair's in the way and it looks terrible. Then the prancing one from the blind bag sets. Alright, and then now we have the Pinkie Pie. Again, with the Busy book one, the cutie mark is on a side that doesn't look great when you're displaying. Then the prancing one from the blind bags. The hair on the Monopoly one is really large comparatively to everything else. There's a lot of hair on this pony. A little bit too much maybe, but overall it looks pretty much the best in this scale. And then finally we have the Fluttershy, which uses the unique mold, which is good. I did not put in the Rainbow Dash repaint one, I just used the one from the Elements of Harmony Friends instead. The eyes on the center one are really large. Overall, that set wasn't all that great. Yeah, I mean, it looks good as the extra long tail, and the hair's on both sides of the face, unlike the Elements of Harmony Friends, which is all on one side. So overall, it's really good. The pastels that they used, as opposed to more of a shiny finish, actually looks pretty good. So in just a minute, I'll get you a size comparison to something from a different Monopoly set, just to see how much bigger these actually are. Alright, and then finally on the figures, in the center, there are 2 from the Klingon edition of Monopoly. So these are probably one of the largest figures that or tokens, I guess, they've included with a Monopoly game. They are made out of plastic as opposed to the pewter that you would see if they had done representations instead of actual characters. I mean, it works. I mean, who would I don't know exactly how you do that, but so you get 6, the main 6 as the tokens, and the board would probably accommodate any of the blind bag ones if you wanted to use an alternate pony from that series. Alright, next we're going to the dice and then the hotels and houses. The dice, as you can see, are pink with white in the dots of the dice. And unfortunately, unlike most of the licensed ones, they didn't change the houses or hotels for this edition. They just made they're calling the houses cottages, and they're just white little houses from regular Monopoly. And the hotels are now called castles, even though they're just little pink house, little larger pink houses from regular Monopoly, which it's kind of a letdown for as much as this set costs. But I mean, it's a girls thing, that's why everything's kind of pink and white. They're aiming it towards girls, but Brony's gonna pick it up, and you know that. Alright, so on to the Monopoly money for this edition. So the one, it's just called money. It's not called bits, but we can't have everything. So the one bit, if you will, is rarity. Some of us do have standards. They all have quotes and the characters on them. $5, 5 bits is Applejack, and Who You Callin' Baby, and their cutie marks on the top left. The 10 is Fluttershy. It's Nice. You got the 20 is Rainbow Dash. I'm on it. 50 Pinkie Pie. Really need to get out more. And Twilight Sparkle. It's a Perfect Plan. And who would they put on a 500? Of course, they would put Princess Celestia. Called you here in a matter of great importance. Well, alright then. And then on to the play cards. They changed Community Chest into Mayor, and Chance into Discord. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what it said on the review. So we're going to go with it. They're 2 sets of basically the same cards. With the Mayor, if you can see her eyes, they kind of phoned it in on that. They look like, it's like Paris Bright eyes. Then there was some talk of derped cards. I only found one. It's this Discord one with Trixie. Picture of Trixie, but with a quote from Zecora. That everything else is, they're all changed to be pony related. I'm not going to go through them all, but they actually use quite a bit of the standard vectors we've seen for years and years, and then just different versions of the things normal Monopoly would say. All right, and then now finally onto the board itself. There's some nice graphics in the center. A weird, sad Pinkie Pie pose, but that's kind of whatever. And then all these are pretty much vectors you've seen time and time again. So we'll just go through the board quickly. Okay, so you start at go. Oh, salary, that's what it's anyway. So they did change the go to pink, and they used the My Little Pony font, I guess, if you want to call it that. And then the first 2, the least expensive ones, Castle of Two Sisters, Zecora's Hut, Present for the Royal Wedding. The first railroad is Friendship Express, so that makes sense. Gassy Gorge, Discord, Froggy Bottom Bog, Everfree Forest. They did not, I don't think they've ever actually changed the in jail graphic. They did do something a little different around the edges, but they still have that same guy in prison for, years and years and years. Then we go into Weather Factory, Rainbow Dash's Home, Wonderbolt Academy. The first, what is it called? Utility, I guess, is the Elements of Harmony. Wonderbolt Academy, Hot Air Balloon. It's the second railroad. Cutie Mark Clubhouse. Day Spa, Schoolhouse. Free parking is still that red car. This has an alternate font and the different colors. Okay. Coming around the board, we got Town Square, Fluttershy's Cottage, Sweet Apple Acres, the Zeppelin's the third railroad, Carousel Boutique, Golden Oaks Library, Cutie Marks is the other utility, Sugar Cube Corner, and Go to Jail with that same guy. No ponies. That's okay. And going around to the final end of the board, you got Appaloosa, Cloudsdale, Manhattan, Royal Chariot, the final railroad, Discord, the second most expensive, Crystal Empire, and the most expensive, of course, is Canterlot. So I mean, overall impressions, this is it's a nice edition. It's nice that they put it out. The running price right now is about $45. So there's no special play rules like they do with some of them. Like I know the Lord of the Rings one did have a special play. The directions just have the standard version and then the quick play, which is kind of a new thing, but it's not directly pony related. So I mean, if you find this in the store and kind of wanted to know what's going on, so I made this video. I don't know if it's a good bargain. I mean, the figures are nice, they look good, but they kind of derped out on, you know, the houses and the hotels. They didn't make them specific to this edition. They derped that one card, but I mean, overall, it's about the best we could do. We got all three seasons of the show in there. At least a little bit with Crystal Empire. Yeah, so I mean, if you were kind of thinking about buying it, you're not quite sure, that's what I made this video for, so I hope that helped, and I'll see you later.